Hi everyone, welcome to Eco Learner's YouTube channel. Today we're going to be working on a new platform called Thunkable. In Thunkable, we can use database, list, canvas, and much more. So today we are going to be developing a flight app in Thunkable. So for developing this is going to be with the two parts. First one is designing a screen, and the second one is like giving the URL, and the fifth one is remind me about the screen. Let me just show you how does this flight app look. So this is the flight app I have made in Thunkable. So I'll just preview it and show it. Okay, when I have to just get started. After that, I need to sign in. Until these two text box are full, it will not get to the next screen. So I'll just type email. Okay, now I'm just going to give the password coding. You can give random password, and I should press sign in now.
Hi, welcome to our flight
Yeah.
app.
So as you heard it, you can see text to speech coming. So I'll just press on check flight. Now it's not coming. When you live test it in your phone, you will get it. Okay, so I'll just press on remind me about my screen. Okay, now I'll go to this remind me 1 minute. I'll just preview it again. Okay, get started. I'll just type something.
Hi,
Yeah.
welcome to our flight app.
Okay, now I'll just press on remind me about the flight. As you can see, there's like the remind me about screen here. We have a button over here and we have a label over here. So I have written the number, a random number over here currently. So what does this remind me about flight screen do? When I press on click here, the user can contact the number given, or he can press on click here. When the user clicks on click here, we'll send a push notification to the user like your flight is at this timing, like that. And if I press on the back button, and it will go to the home screen. If I press on check flight PNR, it will get me to this screen. Now some screens come like the web viewers come, and when I press on check flight, this we have to test it in mobile. So in this tutorials, I'm going to be showing you how to how to make screens in Thunkable and add buttons and live test it on a phone. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, now I'm at Thunkable. So starting, we have to press on create new app. So I'm going to name this project Flight App. I'm going to name Flight App 2. Okay, now we should select the category. Now you can choose whatever category is your app. If you're doing it now, I'm going to select just testing over here. So So guys, today we have used the drag and drop builder. So I'm going to be using drag and drop. If you don't want to use drag and drop, you can just untick this mark. So I want drag and drop. I'm going to use this drag and drop. In later tutorials, I'm going to be showing you how to use the real Thunkable, which is not drag and drop, and use the row component and the column component. So let's press on create. We need to wait for a minute. So I am at this screen now. How to give the screen color? As you can see, we'll be at the screen one over here, and you can choose the background color. So currently you can choose like this, and similar to code.org. So I want this color now. I am done. Okay, now I want to drag a label. Okay, and now I'm going to give it flight app. Flight app 2. Okay, now let me increase the size. Okay, I have increased the size, and I want to give an image. So how can I give the image in the screen? As you can know, we can go to Google and search the email, and we can do copy image URL. For now, I have this image, so I'm going to copy this instead of taking a new one. Okay, now I'm going to go to the screen and I'm going to paste it. You can upload or use the link. So I'm going to just change this text color. Okay, now it's, let me give it this color. I don't think this is, yeah, this looks good. And now I'm going to give a button saying get started. Okay, after that you can drag like this and make the size big, small, whatever you want. And I don't want the background color, so how can I make it transparent? You can use the slider and make this fully transparent. And the color I'm going to make it yellow. Okay, sorry, the text color should make it yellow. So okay, now I'm done with the screen one. So next screen I should design the home screen. If you want to rename the screen, you can press on just three dots and press on rename. So I'm going to rename the screen like home screen, and I'm going to choose the color. I want to maintain this color only. So I'm going to drag a label over here. After dragging, I'm going to type home screen, home, and I'm going to make the size. You can use this arrow mark also to make the screen big. Okay, now this is fine. Then I'm going to add three buttons. One for the one check flight screen, one for the check flight piano, and one for the remind me about the screen. In this, for part one, we're going to just be designing the screen, and the next part we're going to be coding for the screen and the check flight and remind me about screen. No, we're going to be working on check flight PNR and check flight screen, and in the next tutorials we're going to be working on push notification and the code for it. Okay, now I'm going to type check flight. Oh, sorry, check flight. Okay, now I'm going to make it big, and the text, on the text color I want the background color orange. Yep, it looks good. And I'm going to duplicate this button. So how can duplicate it? Press again the three dots and press on duplicate. Then you press duplicate again. Then you get like this. You can drag it. So I'm going to check flight PNR. Okay. Now let me make it a little big. So guys, better you keep this the button big, because when you live test it on your phone, it will come little small. So better to maintain a big size. Okay, it's done. Again, I'm going to duplicate this. Okay, now I got it, and I'm going to be writing remind about my flight. Okay, now I'm going to make it big. Yep, it looks good. Then the next screen I'm going to be doing on the check flight screen. So let me rename it. Okay, done. Okay. Then I'm going to maintain the same background color as yellow. And I'm going to add drag and drop label saying that check. Okay, now let me increase the font size. Okay, it's done. So how can I get this type of, how can I embed this website into my app? So for that component here also in the check flight screen also I've added. Now it's saying this refused to connect. So if you light test it on your phone, you'll get it. For this I've used a URL, and for this check flight PNR screen also I've used. So for that I'm going to use a web viewer. You can easily find it in that components, and automatically a default page URL will come. Now make it little big as a screen size, and I don't want this document. Okay, now I'm going to take this URL. Which page you want, you can take that URL. You need to also copy the HTTPS, otherwise it will not work. Okay, now paste it. Okay, now it's done. Then I'm going to make a new screen. I want to check flight PNR screen. Okay, now it's done. The check flight PNR screen. Then I'm going to maintain the same color and add a label. Check flight PNR. Make it 20 the font size and increase it. Okay, done. And again, I'm going to add a web viewer. Okay, now I'm going to copy this URL. Okay, I've copied it. Now I'm going to paste it. Okay, it's done. Now I want to be making remind me about the screen in the next tutorial, meaning the part 2. For today we are designing the first screen, the home screen and the check flight screen. In the next tutorials, meaning the part 2, we are going to be working on the coding part and designing the remind me about the screen. The coding part will be for the home screen, the check flight screen and check flight PNR screen. And the next screen remind me about the screen we are going to be working in the part 3, meaning the tutorials 3, which you want to be using push notification and and designing the screen. So thank you for watching Acode Learners YouTube channel. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, share Acode Learners.